Two Ateneo de Manila University student-athletes died on June 8 during a team-building outing in Dipaculao, Aurora, triggering criminal and administrative probes that implicate coaches, resort operators, and local officials. What began as a routine bonding exercise turned deadly when participants were exposed to open-sea conditions without adequate safeguards. Investigators from the National Bureau of Investigation and the Philippine National Police concluded the event involved conduct that went beyond misjudgment. Their recommendations include reckless imprudence resulting in homicide against former Ateneo coach Tab Baldwin and several team staff, and possible homicide charges for resort owners and managers for alleged simple negligence. Local officials face prospective administrative charges for failing to enforce safety rules. A key finding from investigators is that parts of the activity bore hallmarks of hazing. Witnesses said athletes were ordered to perform calisthenics and remain in dangerous sea conditions, directives prosecutors describe as coercive and unnecessary. That element, investigators say, transformed a tragic accident into behavior that showed disregard for clear risks. Participants compelled to stay in deep water, exposed to tides and currents, without lifeguards, safety briefings, flotation devices, or an emergency plan. Authorities identified multiple preventable failures. The resort lacked certified lifeguards and formal safety inspections. There was no documented emergency response plan, scant training in water safety for staff and participants, and insufficient supervision relative to the known hazards of Dipaculao shoreline. Investigators allege that decisions by team supervisors and event organizers materially increased the danger. The Department of Justice is expected to consolidate the NBI and PNP recommendations to form a coordinated prosecutorial case. If prosecutors accept the referrals, implicated coaches and staff could face criminal trials for reckless imprudence resulting in homicide. Resort operators could face homicide charges framed as negligence. Meanwhile, municipal employees may undergo administrative proceedings for lapses in enforcement of permits and safety ordinances. Ateneo's response has drawn intense scrutiny. The university has emphasized that Baldwin served as a consultant, not an employee, arguing the distinction limits institutional liability. Families and critics counter that the university benefited from and organized the activity and therefore bears moral and managerial responsibility for oversight failures. For many observers, the debate centers on whether technical employment status can excuse an institution from accountability when it places students in harm's way. Relatives and advocacy groups have expressed deep grief and outrage. They question the adequacy of rescue efforts and the timeliness and transparency of official communications and support. Perceptions that initial university statements downplay the incident have widened community distrust. Beyond assigning criminal or administrative blame, the incident has exposed systemic gaps in safety standards for school-sponsored events. Safety protocols for off-campus athletic and team-building activities vary widely among institutions. There are no uniform national standards for water-based activities, and accountability often fragments among school administrators, external organizers, and local governments. Legal analysts say the Dipaculao tragedy could push reforms. Mandatory risk assessments, enforceable lifeguard presence, certified safety briefings, written emergency plans, and stronger prohibitions and monitoring of hazing-like practices. Criminal law experts note that the legal distinction between accident and culpable misconduct turns on foreseeability and preventability. If organizers knew, or reasonably should have known, of the risks and failed to take basic precautions, negligence can rise to criminal culpability. The hazing characterization adds legal gravity by suggesting coercion or intentional exposure to harm rather than mere mischance. Local officials likewise face scrutiny over permitting and enforcement. The recommended administrative charges focus on those who allegedly failed to inspect the site or enforce safety ordinances. If proven, these allegations will highlight how regulatory lapses at the municipal level can produce fatal outcomes. Within the Ateneo community, the deaths have prompted intense introspection about team culture, leadership, and tradition. Alumni groups, student organizations, and parents demand transparent investigations and concrete reforms. Athletic and university leaders now face the dual task of cooperating with criminal probes while restoring trust through visible policy changes. As the DOJ prepares prosecutions, case evidence will likely hinge on witness testimony, planning documents, communications among organizers, and expert analysis of sea conditions at the time. Families and advocates will watch whether charges proceed to trial and whether convictions or sanctions follow. The Dipaculao drownings have become a test case for how Philippine institutions, schools, private organizers, and local governments manage risk and accept responsibility when students are endangered. The outcome will shape both the fate of those charged and the rules governing school-sponsored activities nationwide. For now, bereaved families and supporters call for clear legal accountability, institutional reform to prevent similar tragedies, and meaningful recognition of the losses suffered. Whether those demands are met through criminal convictions, administrative discipline, or policy overhaul will unfold in courts and offices in the months ahead.